So I'm here at Gregory Max with Lawrence, and I'm here with Greg, and we're going to have an interview. They're just going to tell me a little bit about their journey in barbering, where they're going and where they started. So over to you guys. Let's start with Greg. Tell me, where was it you started in barbering, and what was your inspiration and motivation, and how did you end up here?
There wasn't so much inspiration, it was more motivation. I think I was about 13. Got 4 brothers and myself. And my dad used to think he was a bit of a barber himself. When we used to go to school, we weren't the richest of kids, and we tried looking as good as we can. And my dad used to give us butcher jobs, really. So it kind of come down to me to start doing mine and my brother's hairs. Went from mine and my brother's to mine and my friends, and so on. Got a job in a little Italian Asian barber shop in a different town from here. Carried on from there, really. Worked in another great barber shop in central Milton Keynes called Just Gents for 6 years, and from there I come to here and have Gregory Max Barbers now.
Congratulations, well done.
Thank you.
And yourself, Lawrence, how did you end up with working here with Greg?
I started a long time ago. I started in '97. I started off just cutting at home, doing my friends and stuff, just kind of self-taught, and then went for a few jobs, a few little white lies, kind of got my foot in the door, and just kind of progressed, really. I've been fortunate enough to work with some really good barbers over the years, all over the country. I've known Greg for a long time.
Best by far, come on.
And when he offered me the job, I had to kind of take it, really.
So is it fair to say that you're both kind of self-taught, you've kind of learned through blood and guts?
Yes, very much, yeah. Yeah, definitely. I think I like to think it's one of the best ways, to be honest, because you pick up your own kind of pace and your own style, which is very key nowadays. I think with everyone's got their own, well, a lot of people have got their own style. I mean, you've got all the Irish lads; they've very much got their one set, really clean, fresh style, haven't they? And then you've got like the Beak brothers. I'd say they've got the same sort of style. Whereas I think I've got my own style. Lawrence himself, he's got his own style, but being that we're in such a small shop as well, we bounce off each other and we do take on what each other's doing as well, don't we?
Definitely, yeah.
So we pick up on each other's styles in here a lot more now.
Okay, so define your style. What would someone say come to this shop for instead of going to Just for Gents? If you was to distinguish yourself.
I think the time we put into the haircut, being how long we're open in a day, we've got the time to put into the haircut. I mean, some people can come in here and we can spend 45 minutes, sometimes an hour on, just because we have got that time in a day to do so. But don't get me wrong, we're a very open shop and we take walk-ins only when we're a very busy shop. So in a day, I mean, we do knock them out, we do get them out, a lot of them. But we're here 11-hour days, 12-hour days.
So what is the kind of style you go? Is it long hair, skin fade?
I'd say probably more towards urban kind of styles.
Urban styles, Afro-Caribbean, skin fades. Don't really do much long hair. We've got a couple of guys in here that do the longer hair. Yeah. Me and Lawrence stick with the shorter styles.
We stay away from the longer hair.
Okay.
Shorter, more modern.
Yeah.
So tell me how this works, because your shop's quite an open setup in the sense that you're pretty much in the shopping centre.
We are literally the smallest shop in this city centre.
Yeah.
And this is a mile round shopping centre. If I was to lay on the floor, I could touch side to side in this shop. It's very small.
I don't know about you.
Yeah. You can, maybe if we go lengthways.
Maybe we go lengthways together, man.
Don't know about you, short ass. I mean, the shop's got an open front to it. Walk-in traffic is absolutely massive. We've also got a local market right opposite where we stand. Yes.
I mean, the good thing about being in the shopping centre here, we get kind of, we've got customers come from Bedford, Northampton, Peterborough, that come to the shopping centre to shop. They come here for their haircut first time.
People come from across the country
and then they keep coming back, you know, they'll kind of tie their shopping trip in with their haircut.
We've recently opened the Northampton shop. One of the main reasons being is we have got a big customer base up there that used to come here. Now they stop off at Gregory Max Northampton now instead.
Okay, and what's your primary source for marketing Gregory Max?
I've got the brands, I've got the products. It goes online. We've got a website, we've got Facebook, Instagram. Instagram's the biggest thing, really. That's kind of got me. I'd say it's got me to where I am now. before Gregory Max, I didn't really promote myself at all. So yeah, I'd say it's Instagram and social media has kind of been the biggest promo for us.
And did you bring a client base along with you as well, Lawrence?
Well, I was working in Watford before I came here, so obviously it was different, obviously, because it's a bit far from my customers come from Watford, but with me coming from Milton Keynes, I already knew a lot of people in this area, so obviously there are people that I might have cut maybe 10, 15 years ago that have now come back to me. So.
Okay. And how instrumental would you say that Instagram has been in your
for me,
barbering success?
recently,
Yeah.
really, really big for me. There's people like Greg telling me to have an Instagram account, and I was like, why do I need an Instagram account? I'm just a barber, you know. And since I've come on Instagram, obviously I found yourself. I hooked myself up with the American Clippers and the Converter. Got to see people's work that are, really amazing me, and it's that's pushed me on to kind of better myself, And since then, I've had a lot of opportunities. So.
Because when I was setting up for the interviews, because I was recently in Hong Kong,
Yeah.
as was you.
Yeah.
Tell me what Instagram has done for you in Hong Kong.
Well, I got so through Instagram, I met a guy called Rock Lee from Too Legit Barbershop in Macau, and he invited me out there to do some work with him at his shop, which was probably one of the best experiences of my life. While I was out there, he took me over to Hong Kong, and fingers crossed, I should be moving out there later this year to work in Hong Kong with my family. So, yeah.
I'm losing him.
Big things.
The power of Instagram.
Yeah, power of Instagram.
He'll regret ever telling me to get an Instagram account.
Giving him the time of the day to do as good a haircuts as he does.
Okay, well, moving from one product being Lawrence, your key worker,
Yeah.
to your own products.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about the GMB.
GMB is obviously Gregory Max Barbers.
Yeah.
Which you can see there and there. We use the salt sprays, massive at the minute, very massive. All the youngsters are liking it for the big high hair. Use it as a pre-blow drying product, as well as like a grooming clay and a hair cream. All light products really. If people want the hair set, then we use a harder hold spray. That's kind of not our own brand, but these do the job brilliantly, really, really well. And they sell brilliantly as well. And again, it's pushed me kind of a little bit more for promo, in the sense of I've sent a few of them to America. He's taken a few of them to China for me, and people have asked for more, which is good.
That's very exciting. And do you do any services in terms of education?
Education-wise, we do a bit of education in Bletchley College, helped students. It wasn't so much me going to them, it was them coming to me and asking me, because this is a kind of shop that's known and loud around Milton Keynes, and it's one of the ones that the students are asking about. So they come to me and asked if I can do a bit of education for them and show them kind of what we do and how we do it, and we do quite well up there. Students even come and stand out the front of the shop to watch us some days when we're working and they're quiet. Lawrence gets involved as well. We're doing a few up and coming tutorials for them in terms of small businesses and how they do, and we're again what they've asked to see and what they want to see.
Okay. And yourself, Lawrence, in terms of education?
It's something I'd like to get involved in. That's one of obviously the opportunities I've had since I've been here with Greg, getting involved with stuff like that. And 100% when I go out to Asia, it's something I'd really like to kind of push myself to maybe start out there.
I think we're going to follow the GMB education. With the Northampton shop, it's a bigger unit than what we've got here, and there's a wider market of hairdressers up in Northampton. We've had a few approach us already, as we have around Milton Keynes, to ask for education and show them what we do and how we do it. I say hairdressers because the hairdressers, I wouldn't say, are kind of on point with what's going on in barbering at the minute, and a lot of them want to get involved in what is going on. So we're going to kind of set up a little academy, if we can, in Northampton.
Okay, and tell me, what is the biggest thing to date that the pair of you feel like you've done in in barbering?
Opened this shop. It's been an absolute stepping stone for me. I went from one great shop to what I see as being the greatest thing I've ever done, opening this place. Also, the second shop's going now, and they're both doing very well. I've got a few other things in the pipeline, which are soon to be released. So yes, definitely opening this shop's the biggest thing I've ever done, barbering wise. and
Yourself,
getting involved with a lot of other people. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to open my own shop, you know, many moons ago. I was quite young at the time, though, so maybe I was a bit too young at the time to have it. But really, just having the opportunity to work with amazing barbers, like I say, all around the country, and I've picked up a bit from all of them, you know. Like I was saying before, since Instagram, you know, I've upped my game a little bit, and I'm wanting to progress.
And what are the positive things that the pair of you, Marks and you both together, think about barbering at the moment?
Oh man, it's blown up recently.
There's not another trade out there. I think anybody can say that there's not another trade out there that's as popular as barbering, as fashionable as quick catching as barbering. It's literally like, I mean, with the college itself, they're having to focus so much on actually making a bigger course for it, because it was tiny before. It was just a little course that you done via the hairdressing. Now they're actually setting up the barbering course because of how many people are going asking for it. But yeah, it's massive. It's good for everybody, I think. I mean, we've got a couple of great barbers around us. They do great as well. We've got Braids barbers. We've got Just Gents. They're very true to my heart. Just Gents are. I learnt a lot there.
Okay. And what are the negatives in barbering that you don't like and you'd like to see change?
Hairdressing's a bitchy business.
Yeah, it's quite clicky.
And I think barbering's kind of clicked onto that a little bit. I think again, just because of how many are out there. I try to hold underneath it all, and
we try and show the love to everybody.
Yeah, you see it all. I mean, you've got these barber groups and stuff, and on Facebook, and you see a lot of it on there. Which again, I think the key word's #BarberLove, isn't it? We try and follow that without going down any bad routes.
And yourself, Lawrence?
Yeah.
What are you not liking, and what changes would you like to see for the better as a community?
Just sharing the barber love, really. Like I say, take the negativity out of it. You know, everyone comes from a starting point, and everybody wants to, you know, achieve the best they can do. So I don't like it when, you know, people are hating on each other and trying to maybe undermine people. You know.
I heard it said the other day by a barber, I can't remember which barber it was, they said there's enough heads to go around.
Of course there is. Yes,
yeah,
that's right.
Definitely there is. Massively. I mean, we've got, we were just talking about it a moment ago, we've got 5 little barber shops out on the market out there, £5 barbers. You've got, just in front of us here, we've got Braids barbers and we've got Just Gents barbers here. But I mean, we bounce off each other. If there's something we say that we can't do, we'll send them over there. And we've had the same from them. I mean, they'll send them down to us, or we'll send them over there. I mean, we do work off each other a lot round here. Don't get me wrong, when I first opened this place, there can be a little bit of, there's a new one there, and there is a little bit of what's going on. But now we do work alongside each other, I'd say. And we try and keep it that way as well.
I think as well, like, it doesn't really matter kind of what route you go down to become a barber. And I don't like the fact that maybe some people might think bad of someone from coming from a certain route who haven't gone down another route, because like I say, we're all trying to get to the same point, and it doesn't really matter if you're self-taught, if you've been to London School of Barbering, if you've done an apprenticeship, if you've come from a hairdressing background. We've all got their main aim.
Okay, so moving forward, because barbering has become so popular and because there are so many barber shops opening, obviously it's in the interest of all the barbering community to keep the standards high, so we don't find that clients are going back into the hairdressers.
Yep.
Do you think moving forward that it's important that we go down the American route in the sense of you need to go to college and get state registered?
In a lot of senses, yeah, I do. I mean, I've not come from that. I didn't go to college to do it all. I think I've been doing it long enough now to say that I don't need to have the college behind me. But yeah, now I think a lot of people that are coming into the industry, they've been doing it 5 minutes in a little college and then they're opening a shop. I think they do need to go to college and have that longer stem of learning and background for paperwork and stuff that they need to actually open shops and things.
And going on to tools, because you use the American tools, don't you, Lawrence?
I do, yeah.
Tell me why you've chosen to use have American tools in your arsenal.
For me, they've been a game changer. I mean, the power, the extra power, the extra closeness. It makes the fading, for me, it makes it so much better. I mean, before I used to use, just English clippers. There wasn't a problem. I mean, I was still proud of my work, but definitely it's up my game having the American clippers.
And how long have you been on them personally?
Over a year now, just over a year now.
Oh, so you're a newbie.
Since Larry the Barberman come around.
Yeah, since I got Instagram.
And did you try them before the frequency 60 hertz came along?
Yeah, years ago. I mean, quite a few many years ago. But the noise, we used to have to put a bit of foam inside to stop it from shaking.
This is like he brought his moped to work.
Yeah, definitely.
And yourself, Gregory, what's your view on them?
I do like them. I'm really true to my kind of Wild clippers and Andy's clippers. I use them both alongside each other. I think they're both great tools. I do like the American clippers, don't get me wrong. I steal Lawrence's on a daily basis. I just like to keep my section a little bit more small and tidy, so Lawrence packs his section dirty and I keep mine nice and slimline.
Okay, so
But yeah, I do use them.
What is your go-to English clipper?
My go-to English clipper is probably my Baldings, my Wild Baldings, and then I've got the Andis ones, they're all English plugs. I love them. I think they're great.
And your go-to, Lawrence?
Probably my Oster fast feeds. For me, they're my everyday clipper. I probably use them more than anything.
And why?
Just from when I'm fading, it just seems to get such a smooth transition, and I like the way that it runs a little bit slower but powerful. It really
On the pivot motor.
on the pivot motor. Yeah, it's awesome.
He knows what he's talking about, doesn't he?
And what would be your recommendation to any barber considering using the frequency 60 hertz converter or American clippers?
Yeah, I mean, I'd definitely suggest that you go and get the frequency converter. For me, the Andis Masters, great clipper.
So the pair of you are involved in a number of charities. Tell me about those charities and how you kind of integrate those charities with your barbering.
Not so much Lawrence. I mean, Lawrence, I do bring Lawrence along to the things that we do, the little shows and that. Guerrilla Barbering, to start off with, is a charity that we support homeless. We use, obviously, our barbering skills and know how to kind of raise money, make awareness of homeless. We done a little event in Shoreditch, which you came along to, which went down very well, raised a good bit of money for that. It was, can't remember the name of the other charity that it was to support as well.
Lions.
That's the one.
Collective.
No, not Lions, sorry, not Lions, for the homeless charity. Lions Barber Collective, though, getting onto that, that is, it's a charity to support people that are depressed, depression, suicide, which is something that's very close to me. I know a few people that have perished and they've done bad things. Again, with depression and that as well, it's something that's close to me. I think we've all been a little bit depressed in one stage in life, and it is something that I really, really support firmly and try and push and help people with that. Tom Chapman, he is a great guy, and he was the one that set it up alongside Pat Barry's doing very well with them as well. We've got a few things coming up in a pipeline to make awareness and raise money and do well for them.
Okay. And what's next for Gregory Max and Lawrence, indeed?
I think for Gregory Max next is, we've got a lot of shows coming up, which I'll be promoting ourselves, won't we?
Yeah, definitely.
For Gregory Max, I mean, I'm trying to push out. I've got, like I said, I've got a few things in the pipeline. Next few years, we're hitting shopping centres really. I want to try and open a few more shops in the next couple of years, if possible. We're on our second already. Maybe looking at a third in the next few months in another shopping centre. Yeah, I think we're going to do a little tour in the middle of this year. Hit quite a few of the barber shops around England if I can, and Ireland, if they'll have me, guys.
Lawrence, what's the next big thing for you? We know about Hong Kong, and how you're going to set the Thames on fire in Hong Kong. Or whatever the Chinese Thames is called. Hong Kong Thames is called.
Yeah, so it's quite exciting times for myself at the moment. It's an ongoing thing at the moment, obviously trying to get myself back out to Asia. Yeah, and just trying to make a name for myself in the barbering world. You know, just keep learning, keep putting out good cuts, meet cool people.
Gentlemen, thank you very much for giving me your time.
Thank you, Larry.
Thank you.
Sharing your experience in barbering, and I wish you the very best of luck in the future shopping centres, Asia.
Thank you, Larry.